Hello, beautiful souls. How y'all doing? If you're new here, I'm Brainy, and this is Brainy Twin Gemini, where we talk about the law of attraction, spiritual health, growth, and fitness, manifesting your dreams into miracles, divine love, twin soul love, Vedic connection, soulmate love, however you resonate. For an indefinite period of time, I'm going to be giving 5 lucky viewers a personalized message as it relates to their personal situation. So what do you have to do? If you're new, just hit the subscribe, like, and comment. And if you're an existing sub, just like and comment. So good luck to all you beautiful, beautiful souls. I will be doing a twin flame collective reading as it resonates for divine feminine and masculine energy. I do 4 cards, 4 being my birth number, and I'm going to be doing the masculine energy first. I do everything here. You can see these journals. That's just a little snippet of, I don't know, boxes that I have written and continue to write while my beloved and I were in physical separation. And by the grace of God, universe, source, divine, we navigated back to each other in physical reunion. So I'm here merely as a messenger to hope you find the light of oneself ultimately and the light of each other. And one thing before I get started on this message, the very strong message that came to me today are 2 things. You are where you're meant to be at this moment. So don't lose hope, don't lose faith, and just have trust in faith in the love of yours. So you are where you're meant to be at this moment. You're not behind, you're not further ahead, you're right where you're meant to be. So it's very, very beautiful. And another personal message for myself, I have complete faith, trust, and in all of you and in the Twin Flame Collective. And I always, always have that faith and trust that you will navigate your journey and your path the way you're meant to navigate your journey. So with that being said, let's get started with masculine energy, beautiful souls. I feel like a huge shift in the energy, and likely because, again, I don't follow the moons, but I always know when it's near and far. When it's going to be close to a full moon, I can't sleep. I guess I've been like this since I've been a kid. Insomnia, I suffer like insomnia when the full moon is, rising, or whatever you want to call it, and then it lingers around for a little while after, and then I sleep like a baby. But I feel like there's still full moon energy. Obviously, it was only a few days ago, and as a result of that, there's a lot of purging of the past, the purging of the soul, graduating of the soul, but more so for the masculine energy. So sometimes, like I say, this journey is a roller coaster ride. One day we feel something, the next day we feel something else. Don't beat yourself up. But right now, the masculine is going through another cycle of clearing karma and breaking free, like, of this karma, this karma. And clearing karma is such a difficult thing to do. I usually resonate it with the dark night of the soul. You resonate it however you want. There's so many people out there that have their messages, let's say, some of them true, some of them not. I challenge you, always challenge you to do your research when you're on this journey, and just do your research on the people you listen to. Because I can tell you with 100% certainty, I've journaled much of this stuff in journals, and it has not been researched anywhere. There's no Twin Flame University, nor is there an academy. It's how you endeavor the journey. I do know that a fair amount of people have piggybacked off my wisdom, my vision, my knowledge. So just please be careful who you listen to. But they're clearing karma, and you can go through cycles of clearing karma, and there's no such thing as going through one dark night of the soul. You could go through it as many times as it takes in order for you to clear this karma, to trauma, whatever it may be. I know myself personally, I went through it a few times. And I don't listen to what is out there. I honestly don't. I listen to the guide within, And what pen to paper, basically, that's my navigation, that's my GPS. But they're clearing karma, and they're breaking free of it. And when they and when they clear it, it can be very traumatic. It can be very I want to say there's like hostility there. There's crying. You know, the pain is what leads to the hostility, and it's part of the journey. So sometimes when you're crying uncontrollably, you're probably clearing karma and you don't even know it. You come in and you do the most dynamic things for one another, and clearing karma is just erasing the trauma of the past. And what a beautiful, beautiful souls you are for doing such a thing, because you're paving a new and future for people that follow in your footsteps, your legacy, a clean slate. You know, so clearing karma, and it is pretty tough, and they're breaking free. So you may feel this temporary block in the connection. The block in the connection is that clearing of karma. But you also may feel, like I feel this telepathy, and the masculine can feel and hear you so strongly. They've been able to for, I want to say, quite some time now. They've been suppressing this, and they've been in this state of confusion, like, what? Why am I hearing this? Like, I'm losing my mind. Like, they can feel you. And they're coming to that wisdom, and that knowledge and that awareness. And what a great thing that is, because feminine energy, you've been feeling it for a while. Energy is just that. It's energy. And it's so, so beautiful. And, you know, this whole message resonates with, I can't believe how these cards come out. If you're not new, you know. I used to write in a journal and then read my journal, and the cards used to come out exactly with what I used to say. And it is exactly that. There is some tough energy for the masculine, and you may be feeling that feminine energy, but all of this is part of the journey. And as I said at the beginning, you are where you're meant to be. You know, sometimes it's hard and frustrating, but despite what anyone says, I'm just a messenger here. I want you to find the light of yourself. I pray, I have faith in the Twin Flame Collective. I truly, truly do. And it is a journey to self-love and breaking free and releasing everything that no longer serves you, and with liberating place that is be. The masculine is seeing crazy signs and sinks, and it is a good thing right now, because despite the fact that you're in physical separation, the masculine can never get you out of their head or their heart. And sometimes they don't know why. You're always there. It's almost like whenever there's a troubling time, they think of you. And right now there's a troubling time. They're clearing karma, and they don't know what they're clearing, believe it or not. So it's very, very confusing to them. This uncontrollable, I want to say, rage and sobbing. And they don't know why, like what it is. They'll come to that wisdom. These signs and these sinks are probably going to bring them to the wisdom. They're seeing them so, so much. This is always the case. I think you're a goddess, a princess, and a queen, and absolutely you are. You are a princess and a goddess and a queen, and I always say you shall be treated as such. Stand in your power. Don't be powerless, because you are a princess, a goddess, and a queen. For what you do for each other, it is simply amazing. Our love is pure, raw, and vulnerable. Absolutely. It's the purest form of love you can encounter in one's life. It's called unconditional love. And unconditional love is at the soul level. And unconditional love is loving conditionally without ask nor condition. And unconditionally without ask nor condition, not putting any conditions out there. And, you know, meditating and manifesting is a completely different thing. Meditating and manifesting is putting that aura, that energy out there. It's praying, and there's no harm in that. Praying and manifesting stuff into your life, but you're not putting a condition on it. You're simply putting a mantra, a prayer, a meditation, all the same thing. Just different terminology. It's called the law of attraction. What you put out there is what you bring back. And it does have extreme power. It even has more power when you put the thought into verbal. So the moment you speak those words, it simultaneously is working in the universe in the background, and you can't see it. Like you could think like silly little things. Like I remember I was driving on the highway one time and there was a big transport truck in front of me, and I'm like, that wheel is gonna fall off that truck. And like within seconds, the wheel bounced over my car. So there is power in thought and in thought. So this is a beautiful, beautiful form of love, and the masculine knows this. They're intimidated, but they know you're divinely protected. They know that this love is protected. They appreciate your patience. They appreciate your loyalty. They appreciate all of it. But they're not going to come back to you unless they're trauma-free. Because if you both are carrying around trauma, there's going to be very intense triggers, and there will be no turning back. Because for some reason, I feel that twin flames suffer trauma, but it's severe trauma. And why is that? I can't tell you, because you have the courage, the valor, the strength to overcome the karma, the previous karma, and you just have that. Maybe that trauma is preparation for that. I can't give you those answers. Those answers have to come within. But the masculine has to balance some of this unstable energy, but they're healing, and that's the most important thing. Yin and yang energy, it's getting to that healthy, harmonious balance of masculine and feminine energy. They're predominantly masculine right now, because they're feeling like this anger. A lot of it has to do is like when you're clearing karma and you've been through it a number of times. If you do it once and you're over it, good for you. Kudos to you. Congratulations. And because I know myself personally, it took me a few times. And then the last time it dawned on me, oh, that's what I'm clearing. Like, it'll come to you. But sometimes you feel like extremely, when you go through the dark night of the soul, you have dark thoughts. That's why they call it dark thoughts, clearing karma, whatever. You have very, very dark thoughts. Even sometimes suicidal thoughts. It's and that is just, I don't know, it's just that, I want to say that trauma, that beast within is just, you're releasing it, and the beast is trying to manipulate your ego. Let it go. The masculine is walking away from it, like truly walking away from and letting it go. They've been harboring this trauma. They've been holding on to this trauma. That's their essence. That's their physical existence. That's who kind of they became, harboring all of this bitterness and this hostility. But walking away from it and breaking free of it is truly, I want to say it's the key to like just peace, harmony, and just overall balance and bliss. And it's beautiful. And once they walk and clear that karma, get over this trauma, many doors will open. They're already opening for the masculine energy. You're where you're meant to be in this divine moment of time. And time is just man-made time anyway. Time is infinite, I guess, but we always put this label on time. I'm running out of time. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's just a label. You are where you're meant to be. These all resonate with one another. Let it go. And if you do, there's endless possibilities. Like so many doors open. No soul should have to suffer in silence. No soul should have to walk around with the trauma buried deep within the inner depths of the soul. Sometimes we don't even know it's there. We suppress it. We forget it. And it's there. It's part of our existence. I want to say soul existence, but we don't acknowledge it. And the masculine is going through a huge, huge moment, tower moment, whatever you want to call it. And it's good. It's a release, and that's probably more than likely the full moon forcing that energy. Let it go. Move on. And as I said, sometimes you don't even know it's there. It just, when it's meant to come out, it will come out. And it seems to sometimes come out at the most, what seems to be inopportune time. So you're just going about your day and, you know, everything seems good. And then all of a sudden this overwhelming, dark energy just comes over you. And, you know, there's this darkness, extreme darkness. I know when I was going through it, I was like, I am not like this. Like, why? There was two very, very powerful dark nights, or clearing karma, or however you resonate it with. And I'm like, why am I even thinking like this? I have never in my entire life been that dark. Well, it was just purging and releasing and letting go of the trauma. There was a lot of trauma in our family and like history. And what a beautiful gift. You've been selected to release that trauma. It's tough. It could be hundreds, thousands of years of trauma. And when you're going through it, you're just, I don't know, it seems dark, but when you come out of it, what a beautiful soul you are for being able to get through that. You're strong, you're courageous, and you're wonderful. And if you're new, I always believe that nature brings us messages, signs and synchronicities. They're no coincidence. They are delivered at the perfect moment in time. I keep seeing 717 like yesterday. Like, it's too much. And 717 is a sign of reunion and physical reunion. I'm already in physical reunion. These messages are 100% for you. 100%. So there's a lot brewing in the universe, manifesting in the universe that you are not aware of. You'll feel it, you'll know. Let your guide, inner guide, God, be your GPS on this journey. So the totem animal spirit for masculine today, what a beautiful, beautiful, I want to say animal, creature, however you resonate, squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. And sometimes it's hard to believe in yourself when you're going through this darkness. But when the masculine gets out of it, it's always temporary. It's never, unless you want it to be permanent, which nobody would want that, you know, or you keep surrounding yourself in a low vibration. But that's the one thing. The masculine believes in oneself and are getting to that point of self-love, and that's what this journey is about. Self-love. Because if you can't love yourself, how are you able to love another being? The most important component of our journeys in life is to love oneself. And when you do, you emanate love. I want to say over the world. But yeah, believe in yourself. You are a most beautiful soul. And even though, you know, the journey can be tumultuous, there's always light. To darkness, there's light. You know, then we don't have 24 hours of darkness. We have light and dark. But in the darkness, the stars shine brightest. So that's what I have for masculine energy. What do I have for feminine energy? Beautiful, beautiful feminine energy. So basically everything I was saying came out in the cards. I only use the cards for pictorial purposes. And honestly, my own entertainment purposes, because it always resonates with the energy that I'm feeling, channeling, all sorts of crazy things. But at the beginning of this message, I said faith, and faith seems to be one of those energies. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not going to sugarcoat. It's easy to lose faith in this journey. One thing is just don't rob yourself. Please don't rob yourself of your life. Don't become a prisoner to it. I was a prisoner to it. It was just so like energetically draining, and it just stole pieces of my life. Mind you, the best part of my life came as a result when I finally came to that realization. But just do you. But I feel like faith is one of those things that you just have to keep in your heart, but just live your day to day and just accept. And if it's meant to be, it will be. You don't have control over the divine, unfortunately. You can manifest, you can pray, you can meditate, you can do mantra, you can do whatever. If you have to both do the spiritual work, and you have to graduate your souls and get to that level so that you can be together, but you are together in a different dimension. Feminine energy, I feel like you're getting to that wisdom, you're getting to that knowledge, you're getting to that higher self. And as I always say, no two journeys are the same. You have similarities that you can share, like, you're going through an awakening, you clear your chakras, kundalini activation, ascension flow, all sorts of things, soul shock. You have similarities, but no two journeys are the same. Because if we were all the same, if we all looked alike, then, we would all look alike. We're not. So our journeys are a little bit different. And my heart is just, I feel sad for the feminine energy, like hurting, like I feel this sense of hurting. And the reason being is because I just feel like there's somebody giving you shit information. This is a journey of oneself, and there's no right or wrong answers. As I said, there's no Twin Flame University Academy. You just know. So there's a lot of people out there that know a lot about nothing. So that, like, there is no right or wrong. You trust you and your intuition. And I feel like because you're listening to bullshit, you're losing faith in yourself and in the love that you have. Only you, yourself, can, I want to say, facilitate the love in your heart. Nobody else can. And when you start listening to bullshit out there, that is what takes you away from your faith. And the moment you lose faith, well, is the moment that you're just at a standstill in this journey, I want to say, of life in general. This is all a test of your faith. It puts you through the ringer, so much rigor. And if you overcome it and still come out with faith in your heart, well, guess what? You've done an incredible thing for yourself. Most importantly, yourself. I see this nostalgia, and this past life card comes out as well. And nostalgia, two things. Nostalgia is like reminiscing, thinking of all the good times. Just reminiscing, feeling very nostalgic for your twin. And like, this is a past life connection. Believe it or not, your twin knows too. And you probably have been navigating lifetimes looking for each other. And your soul is yearning for the other part of your soul. And of course, naturally, what do you want? You want the other half of your soul. Like, why wouldn't you? But I feel like sometimes this is one of those tests. And it's a test of your faith and your will and your strength. And you're feeling very nostalgic. The divine door. This, to me, just represents, like I said earlier in the message, this cannot be manipulated. You can't manipulate your twin. You can't manipulate the energy. None of this can be manipulated. When the door is open, the door is open. And as you get to the higher sense of yourself, the divine door opens. And what does that? It's a ton of knowledge. It's a ton of wisdom. It's a ton of awareness. Your own personal messaging system. It gives you, the door opens for phenomenal gifts within yourself. And it's exactly that. I'm trying to find myself. You unravel these layers, and I always say it's like an identity crisis. You don't know who you are. You're like very vulnerable, because what you've associated with your entire life is no longer what you associate with. And it's scary. And then you feel like nobody understands you. Nobody understands what you're going through. You don't need others' affirmations or confirmations. You don't need that positive stroking. The only positive stroking should come from you, within yourself. Because if you yourself don't understand what's going on, nobody around you is certainly is going to understand. Accept and be free. And it's absolutely difficult for you too. And you want the masculine to know it. You're not just, this isn't a cakewalk. It is, I want to say, one of the toughest journeys of a lifetime. And when I was in physical separation with my twin, I finally got to ultimately the break free, let go. I'm living my best life. You know, like my temple was so healthy. I was so awakened, aware, just in a most beautiful place, and had a love for myself that I never thought was even possible. It is difficult, but the destination is you, one. And you too are seeing the signs and synchronicities. I feel like God, source, creator, divine, universe, however you resonate, is sending you both signs right now. Very, very strong signs to help you restore the faith in what we want to call attachments to labels. You know, it's hard to detach. So attachment, it's like, I could go on and on and on about attachment, duality, but that's not what this is about. It's about like always attaching to physical separation. All of these labels, time, these are labels. They're not, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Your soul is so far beyond attachments and labels. Our soul is who we are, but it's trapped in these attachments, you know, and you have to let your soul free and break free and just have faith and trust, restore your balance and energy, all tied up in your ego, and just have patience. Exactly that. I feel you are tied up with these attachments. And some of you are like, yeah, I've broken free, I'm living my life, but you still have this, I don't know, you'll never be able to sever the soul bond. That's virtually impossible. I've stumbled across things by accident. Maybe it's God bringing that wisdom to me some way that you can cut the cord or sever some cord. I don't know. The only person that can sever the cord is, I want to say once. Well, I don't even think the cord can be severed, but what you can do is you can do what's good for you. You can just get your life back on track and just live the best life you can live. Your divine masculine does not want you to be in a prison, you know, and sometimes when you put yourself in this prison of this physical separation, attachment, you're actually pushing them further away. The moment you let go, you be free and love you, is the moment they're going to migrate back to you naturally and energetically. I know when just before we got back into physical separation, or out of physical separation, I think it was in August, I finally broke free. I took a vacation, it was only for a few days, just looked at the water and gazed at it and said, you know what, thank you for coming into my life. I've changed as a result. You know, I'm in the best physical health, mental health. I'm just in awe of oneself. And I just kind of let it go. And I'm like, thank you for the blessing and the gift that came in. And a month later, we were together. There's an art to letting go. So, and patience is one of those things that I think we all could learn from, to be a little bit more patient. Just because we meditate, pray, and manifest doesn't mean it's going to come tomorrow. It's forever keeping that faith in your heart, you know, and honestly, truly, just letting go and living your life. Don't be a prisoner. You are amazing. You're beyond ordinary. You are a healer. You're gifted. You're empathic. You're just, you see so much. More than what the average, I want to call sleeper. They're sleepers because they're not awakened. Doesn't mean they're not good people. It's just that they're not aware. And they're, they don't have all of these, they can't see beyond themselves and their ego, which you can. So you're such a gift, and a burst of magic. And it's so beautiful. I know you're feeling some tough energy and it's going back and forth, but just know that this love is a love. It's I want to say it's a past life love. It's a once in a lifetime love, and it's a beautiful gift, and it's magic, and it's a blessing. And I know it always doesn't seem that way, but it truly, truly is. And for you, the number 10, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. And again, to me, that just resonates with faith. And sometimes we fail to see that we have the abundance right in front of us. Do you have, the gifts of, being able to see, hear, taste, touch, feel, opening your eyes each day, children, friends, co-workers, YouTube family, whatever it may be. Sometimes we fail to see the abundance right in front of us. We always want more. And if you always want more and you fail to see what's in front of you, then you will not have more. It's just the way it works, unfortunately. So that's what I have for you, beautiful souls, today. And 2 loving messages for each of you is trust in the healing power of love. For it's only through love that happiness is possible. Observe all that transpires. Don't get emotionally attached. The storm will clear. You can be assistance to the one you love only if you remain positive. Now, how this comes out is beyond me. I let them fall, but there's attached and storm. And attachment is such a tough thing to let go of. And there's a temporary storm with this purging and releasing of this karmic past. It will clear. And love, you both of you need to just be of loving, unconditional love right now, because you both need it. And positive and loving thoughts are instrumental in creating positive, loving relationships. Fear and doubt only serve to create greater uncertainty. Think more about what is right in your relationship and less on what you think is wrong. And that's exactly it. Fear and doubt only serve greater uncertainty. And the fear and doubt of, this physical, maybe separation where you are at, whatever, it actually pushes that energy further away. Trust me. Sorry. I mean, I'm honestly, I just want to help you. I'm just merely a messenger here. But this fear and doubt, it just, it just kind of just pushes you away from each other energetically. So just remain in faith and love and have the love of oneself. And truly, 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 that's when the magic occurs. So that's what I have for you, beautiful souls, today. Thank you so much for, all of your support. And if, again, you want a personalized message as it pertains to your beautiful, beautiful blessing, magic of a connection, just simply hit the notification or subscribe, like, and comment. Have a beautiful day, folks.